As a lifetime Chicagoan and more recently a New Yorker, I will certainly have my fair share of transitions and adjustments to life in Charleston. There'll be the change of weather, the culture, the general lifestyle. But one change that I'll actually have to make is, believe it or not, a grammatical one. And that is the proper pronoun for the second person plural. Will I be addressing my new congregants and will I be addressing my new neighbors as you or as y'all? While we understand that there are different conventions among English speakers on this point, one thing we can agree upon is that when it comes to the Hebrew language, there is certainly a distinction. There is a distinction between the second person singular and the second person plural. Lecha means to you. Lachem means to you in the plural form. Ata is you, singular. Atem means you in the plural form. But surprisingly, in one of the most famous passages in the entire Torah, which happens to occur in this week's Parsha, God himself seems to break the rules of Hebrew grammar. Perhaps the highlight of this week's Parsha, Parsha's Vaetchanan, is the 10 Commandments, as the Torah recounts the story of the Jewish people receiving the Torah, and the commandments which were of course given to the entire Jewish people. In fact, they were given to every Jew that would exist throughout history. Begins, Anochi Hashem Elokecha. I am Hashem, your God. But the commentaries point out, it is written Elokecha, your God, in the singular form, not Elokechem, not your God in the plural form. But why is that? God is clearly addressing a group. He's not addressing an individual. Why is this first few words, and in fact the entire 10 Commandments, why is it written in the singular tense, in the singular form? It's given to an entire group. The great 13th century Ramban, or Nachmanides, explains that had God addressed the group using the plural form, each person would have room to rationalize. Each person would reason, God wasn't really giving these commandments to me. He was giving it to us. He was giving it to them. And as long as they follow the commandments, then everything will be okay. But no, God wasn't addressing them. God was addressing you and you and you and you. He was addressing each of us. He writes the 10 Commandments in the singular form to tell us that he is addressing each and every Jew that will exist throughout Jewish history. A synagogue is certainly a group. It is a collection of different types of individuals, of men and women, young and old, and we come together to form a collective body. But for a synagogue to really thrive, we must realize that each of us, each one of us that attends a service, that attends a class, a function, whether it be daily, weekly, yearly, each one of us is an important part of that synagogue family. Our synagogue will thrive and our religious lives will flourish when each of us realize that it's me as an individual, to consider what is it that I can do? What is it that I can do to be more involved? How can I attend another service or attend another class to become more a part of the synagogue life and to make religion more a part of my life? As I begin my tenure as your new rabbi, I look forward to being a part both of personal and communal growth at PSPI. I look forward not just to meeting y'all, but to meeting each and every one of you. And I wish you all now a good Shabbos.